Hi, Karen. How are you?
Hi,
I'm well,
Good. Nice to see you. Nice to see you.
thanks.
I was sorry to hear you have a loss, right? I heard, right?
But a close, an old friend of mine
Yeah, I'm
was
sorry.
just diagnosed with pancreatic cancer.
Uh,
Yeah,
sorry to hear
I'm
that.
sorry. Very sorry to hear.
thanks.
How are you keeping?
Good.
Good. Good, good, good.
Hi, Bob.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know, and I'm my mistake. What's your loved one's name?
It's Marvin Aronson.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I can't hear you. But
I don't think.
Hi, Bob. How are
Yeah,
you?
okay. Please, you know, when we open it up, it's not, you know, today it's not on our announcements. So please just, you know, when we get, I'm just looking. Please, when I open it up, then please just share that name with us.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
No
thanks.
problem.
I think I might be looking at an older one.
So, Bob, thanks for lending your voice to Danny Messing program.
I didn't know what to expect, but he was everything you had set him up to be and more. I was sort of blown away, not just the music, but he's got this way about him that was very captivating.
Yes, and he made us sound good.
Well, I could tell there was a little bit of magic behind the scenes there.
Right. So, yeah, he's talented.
I think I understand why he wanted to do the mix rather than Ray.
Well, yeah. So I
How's
hope
Forum coming along?
it's coming along. Everything already recorded. There's only one song left.
Very good.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a lot of work compiling.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
And but it should be fun. Gonna be a lot of fun.
Is it all going to be recorded like the high holidays, or are you going to intersperse some live queuing or whatever?
Well, we'll have a right before like Purim Spiel. We'll get together on Zoom. We'll read a little bit Megillah live, and we'll introduce the characters. You know, and then it just
You have the stop and go signs for the Gregory.
maybe. I mean, it's a good idea. Yes. We'll practice the signs. Yes. Hi, Lindsay.
Hi, Lindsay.
Hi,
Hi,
Shabbat
Lindsay.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Lindsay, I'm sorry. I'm just getting your message. Yes. Sorry.
Oh, I'm in as the temple. I think that's from Monday. I should go out and come back in.
I'm going to go change.
No, you know what? You can stay. It's fine. It's fine. I can make Cantor the co-host as well, I think.
Okay.
Just if you want to just change your name.
I am. Yeah. Am I supposed to say board greeter or no?
No, just your name is fine.
Okay. Hi, Esther.
Hi,
You're
Esther.
muted.
Hi, Ellen. Hi, Alan.
Good morning.
Good
How are you?
morning.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I have a
little
real
mixed
quick
up.
pandemic story. I went to the doctor last week, and on the way back, I stopped to get gas, and I always log it in my phone. This was February 4th. The last time I got gas for my car was December 20th.
Wild. That's wild.
That's how much I drive.
Wow. Saving money for gasoline, right?
Yeah, I was talking to my sister about the whole budget thing. We're spending a little more on this, but way less on that. And, yeah.
Hi, Esther. Hi, everybody. How are you, Bonnie?
I'm fine. Thank you. How are you?
Good. Schlepping along, you know, like we all do. Bonnie, did you get your vaccine? Did you say you're getting like soon?
March 20th.
March 20. In Syracuse?
No, at the Dome Arena.
Ah, oh, you were able to sign up. That's good because there are no sign-ups.
Yeah,
Hi, Ed.
yeah. My suspicion is that there were two people who probably canceled their reservations, and we slid into those because they're together. And I think that was a circumstance, because then my neighbor called right after I got mine, and she wasn't able to get one until the end of April.
Yes, you're very lucky. Yeah.
I've heard the cancellation thing because I originally had booked for mid-April, and then I lucked into one a few weeks ago, but I haven't canceled my April one yet until I get my second shot. And then when it comes, I'll cancel the April.
Smart.
Yeah.
It's very smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat
Shabbat shalom, Sharon. How are you?
Hi, well, thanks.
Good.
I'll be tuning in at least for the next 20 minutes with non-video, because there's a lot of commotion in the house. And then I'll join in. I'll need to have my screen shared, so later on.
Yeah, you'll be able to, when the cantor stops screen sharing, you'll be good to go.
Okay,
You will be all set.
Yeah.
thank you. Hey, Susan, Shabbat shalom. Thank you for helping me out today.
Shabbat shalom, Susan.
Shabbat shalom.
That's a really
We get Lauren
clever-
kayaking, we get you in the car. It's all good. We're happy you're here.
I'm not driving.
It doesn't matter. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I mean, good that you're not driving and being seen. Agreed. Keep your eyes on the road. Hi, Snydermans.
Hi, Alice. Hi, Hillary.
Hi, Hillary. Can we see your pet?
Nice.
Beautiful.
Hi, Abby and Marcia.
Hi, Leslie.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Running around.
Hi. Oh, well.
Hi, Lori. Good to see you. Is that the newly retired Renee Brownstein? Is that her?
It is
Just moments ago.
brand new moments ago.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov, Renee.
Siman
Thank
tov.
that
smile.
Siman tov. Siman tov.
He's so
Mazel
happy.
Mazel tov. Siman tov. Siman tov. Mazel tov. Mazel tov. Siman tov. Hey lanu.
Thank you.
That's a big
I would
day.
throw
That's a big day.
Candy,
Yeah.
if I could throw candy.
You could throw candy. It might break your screen, but you could, yes. It would be well
Make it
intentioned.
I don't
chocolate.
think it would get through.
She can't
Make
even
it
help you with the
chocolate.
workman's, right? She can't even help you with the workman's compensation anymore because she's left that position, right?
That's right. But I
That's
could,
right.
I could
So-
probably advise.
That's it. That's
So
it.
Renee, you're gonna wonder how you ever worked for a living.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably be one of those annoying people that says, I don't know how I ever had time to work.
Exactly.
That and now you're on a fixed income.
That's right. Poor retiree.
If you haven't listened to the music from last week's service yet, it's beautiful. So thank you, Cantor and Lindsay and whoever, and the voices. It was just, oh gosh, it's beautiful.
You're right, Judy.
It was
Beautiful.
beautiful.
Loved it.
Yes.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yes, thank you.
was
Thanks to all the
gorgeous.
singers.
And I do thank the singers, yes.
Mhm.
Yes, Thank you. And it was a good experience.
Lindsay, who else is here?
Susan.
Congratulations, Renee.
Thank you, Jean.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah, I can tell.
Some days are boring, but that's good.
Yeah, boring's all right.
Yeah.
Renee, maybe you can volunteer for more committees at Sinai, you know? That's always a possibility.
Imagine that, Lauren. Imagine. I'll be on everybody's list.
Did you get? I said,
You're welcome to join our committee anytime.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, Ed.
Hi, Ed.
And he's doing a lot more than volunteering for committees. And our next co-president.
That's why you had to retire, right, Renee?
Well, it
Full-time
all kind of like fits together, you know, like a little puzzle.
That's what happened to Sue Bondi, right? She became
That's right.
president and retired.
Does it to you?
Yeah, it was kind of like the last thing I needed to make me go, yeah, okay, it's time to retire. You know, I was kind of waiting for the flash of light to say, you're ready, it's time.
This was a good year for HR people to retire. That's all I'm going to say.
You are not kidding with that, Stacy, right? It's like 3 years all in 1 year.
Oh my God. And I'm still there, but I'm like, when am I retiring? Definitely a tough year for this. It's like-
Yeah, there's a lot on HR people.
Yeah.
So if you need me, let me know.
Hey, Bill and Linda.
Shabbat shalom.
Bill and
Shabbat
Linda.
shalom.
Hi, all. Shabbat shalom.
Hi, Vicky.
Hi,
Shabbat
Vicky.
shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Looking forward to tomorrow, Vicky. Winterfest. Woo!
Yes, yes. Quick plug. We've got 20 seconds, but if anybody wants to join us at 5, we're going to just get on Zoom, sign into the Havdalah Zoom link tomorrow, and we'll schmooze for a half hour, and then we'll do Havdalah together. And then if you want to hang around, we'll divide up into rooms and eat a little food.
So what else is new?
Right, that's what we do.
Right.
Hey, Gwen and Rick. Hello.
Hi, Susan.
Hi, Susan. How are you, Susan?
Oh, great. Never been better.
Congratulations, Renee.
Thank you.
Renee has joined the retired ranks.
She can't stop grinning.
Oh, I was just going to say, what did I miss?
As of an hour ago, yep.
Oh my God.
Oh my, I didn't realize it was that recent. Oh my gosh.
Yes, that recent.
Oh my goodness, Mazel Tov.
Thank you.
Renee's retired. Hey, Bonnie, Ed.
Last time I saw that smile, Renee, your grandkids were born.
That's right.
Hey, Judy Schwartz and Esther Brill
Hello.
and and Cantabron and Joyce.
Wow.
Hi, Joyce. Hi, Lauren.
Joyce.
Everybody.
And Rabbi
Renee,
Till.
you're gonna get
Hi.
a call from- Renee, you're going to get a call from a
Esther,
friend
how are you?
who's doing a paper on aging, and she's going to ask you all these questions in an interview so she can write a paper. That's what happened this afternoon. It was so much fun.
Who's doing that?
My granddaughter called me. She's doing a
Oh.
project in grad school, and she needed to do interview somebody on aging.
Okay.
And how does it feel, and what's different, and da 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 da. You know.
Yeah. Well, if she needs another one, I've got time.
Shabbat shalom, everybody. This could really be, we could just say Shabbat shalom. We could just talk. That would be a nice Shabbat too. But I think there are some who are expecting some semblance of a service. So we're gonna move into that space as well. Though how delightful to start celebrating and to find joy, and to celebrate joy and to notice joy in all its splendor. It is in fact what we are supposed to do on Shabbat. So we have so many different things woven into this evening. Last Friday night, last weekend, we had We had a beautiful, just the whole weekend was beautiful with our artist in residence, with Annie Massing, and with all of you who participated, and how rich and textured, and as I said to someone else, it just gave us such a good opportunity to stretch and to think and to pray and to sing and to move in other ways than we are accustomed to. And I'm so grateful so many could be there with us. And tonight we do what we Jews do well, which is come back to Shabbat again and do it differently, and join together in our common hope and desire for things to be better and calmer and more contented, and also to, as Renee well knows, to celebrate some joy and to punctuate the joy together in community. And that's what we do tonight. And in addition to that, we have one more layer for this evening as we begin this February with Jewish Disability Awareness and Inclusion and month, and it is a full month for us of speakers and sessions to consider and to think about and to learn more about, and also to hear how we can better be advocates and what's going on in our temple community, and then what's going on in the broader community. So we're delighted that Sharon Shafrir, who comes right from our own beautiful stock, will be with us and speak later on in services. But I thought just before, Cantor Braun, just before we start with the Nigun, I wondered if we could just share, I found a beautiful blessing for inclusion that I'm hoping might give us some kavanah, some heart's intention for this evening, by Gabriel Kaplan Mayer, and this is what she wrote. Makor HaChaim, source of life, you created human beings in your image, B'Tselem Elohim. Each one of us as a unique creation, genetic material that holds a neshama, a soul that is pure. Our bodies and our minds are different and diverse creations, full of strengths and vulnerabilities, talents, challenges, abilities, struggles. Some of us born into our bodies needing help to move, to see, to hear, to talk, to eat. Some of us will take our bodies and minds for granted until they change with age, reminding us that there are times when we all need support. The human body is a vessel that we can see, but deeper. What is constant and in common among us all is the unseen, the souls that you have placed within us. Makor HaChaim, source of life. Help us to encounter one another as that pure soul created in your image, that we see ourselves and one another as B'Tselem Elohim. Shabbat Shalom, join us as we connect soul to soul, neshama to neshama, in song and in prayer.
Shabbat Shalom, let's all join in Nigun, singing together at each other. Shabbat Shalom. Begin our service together.
Join with me, please, as we begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics, and no services. But I need them, and through prayer I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. And as I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other. To work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us and to bring that vision to life. I'm not sure that the Dennis family has joined us this evening. I don't see them with us. If they have joined us, we'll ask them to unmute themselves. And perhaps we'll look forward to them joining us another night, and all of us will together turn to kindling our Shabbat lights and say together, as these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
Please join us in the blessing over the candles. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher qiddashanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen.
We'll continue with Kiddush. We'll ask you please in body or in spirit to join us and to rise as we sanctify, we lift up, we raise up this holy day.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei beri hagafen. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher qiddashanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho b'ahava u'b'ratzon hinhilanu zikaron le'maaseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים, כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת, מכל העמים, בשבת קודשך, באהבה וברצון, הנחלתנו, Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat. Amen. L'chaim.
Please be seated. We'll invite you to continue with us in song, Psalm 92, Magad Luma Asecha Adonai, and how wonderful, how great are your works, Adonai. We celebrate on all nights, but especially, all nights and all days, but especially on Shabbat. So please do join us. Come, let us sing joyously to Adonai, raise a shout for our rock and deliverer. Let us come into God's presence with praise. Let us shout, let us raise a shout for God in song, for Adonai is a great God, the great ruler of all divine beings.
We'll continue with L'chad Odi. Please join us. I have a little maracas here. You can use any instruments you have. Your hands is the best instrument. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד. ושמו תפארת לשם ותפארת בלית קהילה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ולכה, כי מקור הברכה מראש מקרב. זו מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי ברך קומי אורי, שיר דברי כבוד אדוני, עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצלה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
Please be seated as we continue. Entrances to holiness are everywhere. The possibility of ascent is all the time, even at unlikely times and through unlikely places. There is no place on earth without the presence.
יתקרל ויתקדש מרבה, בעמד יברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי. בחייכנו בימיכון ובחיי דרכו בית ישראל. בעגלה בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרמה ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל. שמי דקדושה בריחו. לילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה בנהמתה, דמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן.
We'll continue with our call to worship. We should, at this point, we are told from our sages, from our tradition, we should be warmed up. That was our warm up, and we are now meant to say, here we are, God, and we are ready to play. So ready to play, right? Ready to pray, and here we are together. So we say that in community as we rise in body or in spirit as we continue with the Baruch.
La
Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars, creator of the tide of time and light. You guide the current of day into night as heaven spans to infinity. You set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv arabim. We say, Ahavat olam beit Yisrael, amcha ahavta. Love beyond all space and time. Your love enfolds your people, Yisrael. We receive it in your teaching, your gift of Torah, sacred obligations, discipline, and law. So let us speak these teachings when we lie down and when we rise up and find joy forever in your Torah and mitzvot. Kihem chayenu ve'orach yamenu. They are the very essence of our life. Ours to ponder and study all our days. May we never lose or be unworthy of your love. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael, for you are blessed, the one who loves your people Israel.
Do we have Lax family here? Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuta Leolam Vaed.
And please be seated as we continue with the opening of our hearts, duty as we continue with the Ve'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך וישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיהם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות להם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together.
Ya la 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 ya la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha neder b'kodesh, nora tehilot osefele, osefele. Ya la 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 ya la la, ya la 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 ya la la, ya la 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 ya la la, ya la 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 la. מלכותך רב בניך בקי הים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלי ענו ואמרו יא לה 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 יא לה לה יא לה 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 יא לה לה
And we continue together as we invite this canopy of peace to be spread over us. Baruch atah Adonai haporeh sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael be'al Yerushalayim. Blessed One, you spread over us a canopy of peace, a shelter of shalom over all Israel, your people, and over Jerusalem.
Continue with the singing V'shamru. Please join me. This V'shamru is a South African. It's very hard to explain why is it called South African, but this is the name. There are many studies that it doesn't come from South Africa, but among the cantors we call it South African. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש.
We continue with the tefillah. We'll ask you in body or in spirit to think of your most thankful thoughts, to look back at this week and to perhaps pinpoint your moments of gratitude, a moment of gratitude, perhaps even just since signing on tonight, and to locate one, whether it's in family, in work, in school, in community, within your home, within yourself, to find something that helps you open up your heart and open up your lips and to say thank you and to offer gratitude and praise. We'll ask you please in body or in spirit to rise.
Adonai sefotai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu Bimotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah El Haggadol Hagibor V'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גילה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחי הכל אתה רב לחשייה, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם. מחלקי חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמן אתה לעיין הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחייך הכל.
Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, ukedoshim b'chol yom yehalelucha sela, Baruch ata Adonai ha'el hakadosh. And please be seated. Let's continue together. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh haShabbat. Baruch atah Adonai hamachazir shchinato l'Tzion. Blessed are you whose divine presence is felt again in Zion. Baruch atah Adonai hatov shimcha u'lecha na'eh lehodot. Blessed are you, Adonai, whose goodness deserves thanks and praise.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha V'sim le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha V'sim le'olam. Ki aton melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki aton melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha V'sim le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha V'sim le'olam. וטוב עיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha V'sim le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha V'sim le'olam. V'sim le'olam. V'sim le'olam.
Baruch atah Adonai, hamevarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. Blessed are you, Adonai, who blesses your people Israel with peace. That's a wonderful picture, right? An aspiration as we head into silence and meditation and prayer. We take a few moments in intentional quiet and reflection and prayer.
Yaseh Shalom Aleinu. V'yakol Yisrael ve'emru Amen. Aseh Shalom B'mromah Yaseh Shalom Aleinu. V'yakol Yisrael ve'emru Amen. Ve'emru Amen.
Thank you, Lauren Lieberman. It was beautiful.
We go from prayers for peace to prayers for healing, from the beautiful summer picture that you offered us, that oasis, to the winter picture, right? And so we are capable of moving our hearts and our prayers from here to there in the very same span of service. So we turn our hearts and our prayers and our thoughts to those who are struggling right now, whether they are known by name to us or not, the very many who are fragile in body and in spirit. And we say, Mishaberach Avotenu v'Imotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel Baleah Hu Yivarech et Cholim. May the one who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and give strength and courage and healing where possible, and wholeness and contentment to the very many who are ailing. We're holding in our prayers this evening Shana Esther Bat Rochel, Chayanecha Bat Rivalea, Simon Brightman, Katriel Parachia Ben Herschel Laser Vishoshana, Sally Graff, Sarah Bat Avraham Visara, William Fawcett Jr., Alan Skirker, Laura Braun, Barbara DeCario, Miriam Bat Ella, Stephen Brent, Rainey Feingold, Meredith Cavanis Ader, Reverend Gordon Webster, Mary Pekunka, Irving Manis, Ralph Bookbinder, Anna Markowitz, Masha Bat Sheva, and Christine Yang. If there are others whom you would add to our list for healing and wholeness, please unmute yourself for a moment. Say that name aloud so we can hear that name, and we'll include them in our prayers.
Lois Potomac.
Julie Everett, Ari Ben Karen.
Lillian Heller.
Marvin
Fredo Lewis.
Aronson.
Christy Sapola.
My cousin Jerry.
Kathy Porges.
Sarah Pastrana. Stan Mastora.
Allison Rohr Kelly.
Mark Friedman. Ann Friedman.
Cousin Tim Funk.
Okay. Freda Lewis.
Karen.
Lance Bulkey and Peggy Fox.
Judy Weiner.
Karen Henty.
Let's hold all of those loved ones, those names that you have shared, the names that we have within our community, and the very, very many more who are amongst us, and hold them in prayer. I'll ask you, please, if you would, to ensure that you are muted as we turn to the words of the Mishaberach, and to please join us in song.
Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor habracha limotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishaberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
It is my pleasure at this time to introduce our speaker, Sharon Shafrir, who so many of you already know and know well from our temple community and from the broader community as well. Her and her entire family have been active, vibrant, vital part of our community for the last, I think, Sharon can tell us, but I think it's 13 years if I have my numbers correct. And she is an educator, an advocate, and a leader in the community around Jewish accessibility and inclusion, and serves now at the Jewish Family Services as the accessibility and inclusion specialist. So it is with pleasure that I introduce Sharon to you at this time.
Hi, everyone. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Let me share my screen. And let me just do something else here. And okay. Oops. Seems like I have a slight problem here. Only because of Zoom, not me. This, can you hear me? Okay, fantastic. We don't have captioning, so I've put a lot of the information, key information in bullet points. I'm not necessarily going to stick long to each of those slides, but if you have any questions, put that in the chat. And then Rabbi Till, if you could just flag those questions and I'll respond to them, or we can wait till the end of the presentation. I'm here to share with you information about how we're going to make our sanctuary accessible by making our Bima accessible. And this is a work that has been done for the past few years by the Accessibility Inclusion Committee at Temple Sinai. Okay. So first of all, I want to make sure that we're all familiar with the terms accessibility, inclusion, equality, and equity. And I really want to make sure that we understand that when we talk about accessibility and inclusion and all of these important concepts, we make sure that accessibility is when someone doesn't have to ask for the service. It's ready. It's as clear as the sun in the middle of the day that one can use the service without requesting additional assistance, without asking for favor, without signing up for it. Our current Bima accessibility is inaccessible to users of wheelchairs, walkers, anyone who has any kind of mobility impediment, whether it's permanent or temporary due to an injury. When we have been leading services from the ground level, it's fantastic, but we're underutilizing the grandeur of the building, of the sanctuary. And we would like to make sure that we are really utilizing an appreciation of this beautiful building. The previous used lift we had at Temple Sinai was too cumbersome. It was, you couldn't keep it in the sanctuary at all times. It had to be stowed away in a storage room, and you need someone to operate it when used. And I put in an embarrassing anecdote we brought in a guest speaker from Matan, which is a Jewish organization that supports accessible education programs. And he was a wheelchair user and he ended up stuck in midair because our lift just didn't work properly. So there was a process involved. We've been talking about that for a few years now. We've explored all sorts of options, but the most loud voice about it came through the survey that Temple Sinai had last year, or was it a year and a half ago? And it was evident that even without asking specifically whether we need an accessible Bima, people put in their notes, in their comments, please remember that the Bima is inaccessible. So our committee had spoken to an architect, had people see our building, our BIMA, have a better understanding and evaluation of the situation, and had given us several options. And eventually 2 quotes were submitted to the board, and they approved it after provisions and funding were secured. And I'll talk about that in a minute. So the options that were considered before bringing that to the board, first of all, was a ramp. Okay, why didn't we install a ramp? So in order to meet ADA code, we needed to have a 20 feet long ramp, and either along the side of the walls and entry from the back, or to zigzag along the BIMA over the current first and second rows. Another thing we looked at is an adjacent lift, putting a lift, a permanent lift, adjacent to the BIMA. And one of the feedbacks we received from the board was it did not project full inclusion because it wasn't part of the BIMA, it was to the side of the BIMA. And I'll show you slides just to have a better idea of what I'm talking about. So this is the ramp along the BIMA, and you could see it would just overrun the 2 first rows. So it will enable someone to wheel themselves from the left side and go all the way up to the BIMA, entering where we currently have the US flag. The other option was along the wall on the right side, utilizing the entry passage from the back, and it was risky, it wasn't safe, and of course it also would jeopardize the brilliance design of the building. The other thing that we looked at, as I just mentioned, was a lift adjacent to the BIMA, and what it created was some kind of disturbance in terms of how it looked and how it seemed. Another aspect of it, just to understand, that it also meant that the motor that ran the lift would be in the sanctuary on the ground floor. It will all be visible, and it may cause more noise. So all of that was taken into consideration, but most effectively the fact that it's not inclusive enough. So the option that was chosen eventually was a flex step conversion lift, and that's going to be part of the BIMA. And I'm going to show you a video about it in a minute. There is a width allowance existing on the BIMA to allow safe landing of a wheelchair user or a walker, and then maneuver on the BIMA. We'll also, part of our project, we'll also update the 2 staircases that currently exist, the one in the middle and the one on the right, to make sure that they provide safe railings and that they decoratively look the same as the lift. The cost of the lift is $23,000, and the cost of additional staircases update is estimated up to $5,000, and they're going to have the same contract do that. That would be Fleetwood Construction. So this is how it's going to look like. It's going to be part of the BIMA. There is plenty of room for people to come in and out and move about the BIMA. If we have to move one of the chairs at the back, that's easy to do. If we need to slightly modify the location of all the pieces of furniture except for the arc on the BIMA, that is doable. That's easy to do, and that's with approval of our clergy and leadership. And what we can see is that the lift is going to be part of the BIMA, and the whole BIMA is going to look intact. Specifications. So the lift mechanism will be buried, will be stowed in the storage room under the beamer, and it will also be muffled, so to reduce noise as much as possible. It's a single person operated, and I mentioned earlier that accessibility is allowing people to utilize a service without requesting it, without signing up for it, without need for help. This is exactly the kind of service we're looking at. And it has side railings back in front of the lift that are designed specifically to support safe transportation up and down. Now I'm going to try, again, share that video. So one moment. I'm going to stop sharing for a second. And let me see if that works. You can't see on here, huh? You can hear. Okay, going back to sharing my slide and captions. Just one moment. Oh, still running. One moment. Okay. So the secured lift budget. So we received a wonderful, beautiful donation from Deborah Turnbull, Andrea Garaway, and Sarah Shemaskin in honor of their parents, Joel and Ann Shemaskin. And then another $10,000 donation by an anonymous member of Temple Sinai. $3,000 were secured by our school. That's part of the Farish grant. And then another $1,000 from the Accessibility and Inclusion Fund. That brings it up to $24,000. That's $1,000 more than the original cost. Now, the secured staircase remodeling budget, that is, again, we've got up to $10,000 from Friends of Sinai. That's their commitment. And the estimation is up to $5,000. So we have a commitment for $5,000 more than the estimated cost. No expense is incurred to Temple's budget, which is just beautiful. Our timetable. So I don't know if you've heard, but there's COVID and things just take slower. A lot of the parts and components are manufactured in Asia. And in order to get things here in time to assemble, it's just going to take about 16 weeks. So the contract with Fleetwood Construction was made back in December, and we are hoping to begin mid or late April with a completion by June 2021. We're all very excited about that. That is in a nutshell. So here is my email address. And if anybody wants me to email them, I'll just put it in the office. But if anybody wants me to email them the technical specification or that link to that video so they can share with friends and brag. But that's it. I'm going to stop sharing now. And Can you hear me? Okay, fantastic, because I have all sorts of things on my screen right now that indicates that something is wrong, but okay, fine. Let me see, something in the chat that I need to be aware of. Okay. Thank you, Abby. Thank you, Marcia. Oh, thank you, Esther. Were you part of that? You're so funny. Thank you, Linda. You too. Any other questions? Seriously?
Sharon, we will,
Okay.
I suspect there are other questions. We will,
So-
we will reconvene actually.
I don't know why I can't hear anyone.
Yeah, at the end of services, there will be an opportunity once services end to meet with Sharon and members of the committee who can answer some of the questions. And then any questions you have also can come through the office. But how extraordinary a process this has been at the hands of the committee, and how extraordinarily gracious and kind.
Rabbi Till,
and-
I just can't hear anything. There's something wrong on my computer on my end. I'm just
okay.
saying that.
Okay.
I apologize.
Okay. Well, we'll hear you at the end. Hopefully we'll have that rectified by the end. We're so grateful for the work of the committee, and so grateful for those who have been vital in the contribution to making this happen. We are missing our sanctuary. We are all missing our sanctuary. This will enable us in its right time, God willing, let it be soon, for us all to have full access to our magnificent sanctuary space. So more to come, and so much that has already been done. With warmest thanks and full hearts, we will move forward over time, and stay after services, please. If you have some more questions, Lauren and Sharon and members of the committee will be there to answer more of your questions. But we will at this time offer our warm thanks to Sharon and all of you who have been a part of this, and continue with our service as we turn to our birthday blessings and our concluding prayers, and ask, if you are a February birthday, if you would raise your hand, your digital hand or your real hand, let us know that you are a February birthday, so that we can celebrate you. I see some hands up. Excellent.
Does my grandson count?
Yes.
It's going to be 2.
Oh, cute.
Birthday, and though she's not here, she's here, and she's here in the house, and we wish all of our February birthdays a happy birthday.
Yeah, my
And
mom's birthday is today.
Oh, excellent. Happy birthday, happy belated, Linda.
Or not today, but at the end of the month.
Gotcha. Okay, and we will offer this blessing. Oh God, who all those whose birthday we celebrate in this month of February. Bless them with an appreciation for this new stage in their lives, and may they draw deeply from the well of learning, growth, and
Rabbi Till, we can't hear you. Are you still there?
Looks like her picture's stuck too.
Okay, she was somehow pushed out from the Zoom.
We lost our rabbi.
Well, let's continue with the prayer, birthday prayer, Yom Holedet Sameach, and Rabbi will be back in a sec. Yom Holedet Sameach, Yom Holedet Sameach, Yom Holedet Sameach, Yom Holedet Sameach. And in English, happy birthday to everybody. Happy birthday to everybody. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to everybody. And many more. We'll continue with the priestly benediction as we bless everybody and wish happiness and health to all our birthdays. יברכך אדוני וישמרך, יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך, יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך shalom. May God bless you and keep you. May God's light shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you. May you feel God's presence within you always, and may you find peace. And we'll say together, Amen.
Amen.
Yes, Rabbi said, hooray!
It wasn't personal, all you February birthdays. Happy birthday, happy blessings, blessings, blessings. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Join us, please, as we rise for the Elena, our closing prayer.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו גיא ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו יולחמונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. Is Rabbi here? Looks like she's like. Our thoughts turn to loved ones whom death has taken from us in recent days, and those who died at this season in years past. Our hearts open as well to the widest circles of lost ones in our community, and where grief touches the human family. Zichrona Libracha, may the memories be a blessing. I will stop the share and I invite everybody who has Yortzeit tonight, the Shabbat, please say it out loud if you feel comfortable, or put in the chat box.
Jack
Claudia
Tansman.
Jack Tansman and Pauline Tansman.
Andy Fogarty.
Florence Herman.
Pat Titterton and Alan Paston.
Joan Hyman.
I can tell if I was on.
I think you were on.
Yes, Esther, we heard you. Thank you.
Yep.
Please keep sharing the names.
Barbara O'Connell.
Jacob Friedlander.
Sari Lieberman. In love and memory, we recite together Kaddish Yatom and Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabba, belmad divrach hirutei ve'amlich malchutei, v'chayechonu v'yomechonu v'chayeh dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv ve'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevorach, le'olam olmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekutsha brichu, le'ela mikol birchata v'shirata, tushpechata v'nechemata, damiran belma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen. May the source of peace bestow peace on all who mourn, and may we be a source of comfort to all who are bereaved. And together we say amen. Announcements. Tomorrow Torah study at 9:15, service at 10:30. Is Rabbi Till back? Not yet. Lindsay Hagan, do you have announcements ready? There, handy somewhere?
I do not. Does Joyce?
This is Lauren speaking. I just want to remind everybody about Winterfest. We mentioned it at the beginning, and Vicky's here. Maybe Vicky, you want to say something about Winterfest?
Vicky?
Do you want me to go print them out?
Oh, there I am.
Do you want me to go get the announcements?
So for Winterfest, it is tomorrow. It's a Zoom Winterfest. So we just say, take a walk, take a hike with yourself, with your family, with a friend, socially distanced, or stay home, because a lot of times at Winterfest, people stayed in the cabin and never went out. But at 5 o'clock, you can join. It's going to be the same link as Havdalah. So just go to the temple website, click on Havdalah, and we're going to be schmoozing and talking and catching up with one another 5 to 5:30. Havdalah at 5:30, and then breakout rooms for dinner, but you don't have to eat. We can just visit and talk. So if you have not signed up, that's fine. Just show up at 5 o'clock.
Well, thank you. Looking forward to tomorrow. Sunday is Hebrew school, adult education class at 9:30. Then Torah continuation class at 11 to 12. And all the announcements on our website. So you can always go on the Temple Sign, our website, and look for the events coming up. Anybody else has any announcements?
Yes, I do.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Tomorrow at noon, the regular Saturday noon vigil, the elders and allies in our community who are supporting Black Lives Matter concept meet every Saturday. This Saturday, it's at the corner of Route 250 and 31. They're at various places around the county, and that's where it is this Saturday at 12 o'clock. If you want to come and stand with a Black Lives Matter sign or go by and toot your horn, you'll feel like you're doing something useful. So
Thank you.
Thank you, Cantor.
Thank you. Anybody else has any announcements? Sharon, Sylvia?
I have one that the next in our series of our speakers in social action is going to be Tuesday, February 16th at 7 o'clock, and we'll be hearing from Sharita I think I wrote it wrong, Burklock, and she's be a wonderful speaker for us to hear on maternal health. I think it's maternal health because I don't have my cell phone with me. The next one is going to be maternal health. One is going to be mental health, but just come because it'll be a wonderful Zoom, and it'll be on the Zoom, and we'll be forwarding the invitation shortly. So
thank you. And thank you, Sharon Shafrir. Thank you for your wonderful presentation, and thank you for entire committee for working so diligently on this project. And this is amazing, and we look forward to see our new lift when we return. So thank you. And Joyce has some announcements.
I just want to say that on Thursday is the I Dissent, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, The Rule of Law, Compromise in an Age of Polarization, where Rabbi Till will be a guest speaker, and you can go to the website and click on the little box that says I Dissent, and it will take you to be registered for that.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Do you want me to read the announcements?
Did we cover everything? Are there any extra announcements? I thought we covered everything.
We do have the JFI
Okay.
trip is now available for students who are in 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. It's on the Federation website if you want to participate in the Journey for Identity. Again, for 10th, 11th, and 12th graders. If you have
thank
one of those in your household.
Well, thank you. We'll continue with our halot. To show our halot, we have a family who will join us and lead us in Hamotzi, Alice Lyons and family.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Amen. So I saw Joyce, Hala, anybody else? Wow, Wertheimer, beautiful. Beautiful halot. Ed Simon and Yuke, excellent. Wonderful. So we'll conclude with a song, Lo Lecha. It is not your duty to complete the work, neither are you free to desist from. It's from Pirkei Avot, and please join us. Well, Shabbat Shalom, and thank you for staying with us with all the technical glitches. You can unmute yourself and wish each other Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom,
Shabbat
everybody.
shalom.
Thank you, Cantor.
Shabbat shalom.
Thank you, Cantor.
Thank you.
If anybody has questions about the lift or anything that our Accessibility and Inclusion Committee is doing or what's happening this month, please put it in the chat or you can say it now out loud.
Just looks extraordinary, Lauren. I've never seen anything like that.
Hey, there's a light on that I didn't get to. Can someone else go get it? I've got a lot of stuff hanging off me.
Well, thank you again, Sharon, for your presentation. Anybody has any questions?
I just want to say something. I just want to say that it was jaw-dropping to hear the Shemaskin family's commitment, Joel and Ann's daughter's commitment. So really, that was amazing. And another member just heard that we're working on the project and how much it cost and immediately made a donation. So it just to show us that, you know, our heart is in the right place and we are as a community committed to making our temple accessible. And Friends of Sinai, the conversation, the meeting we had with Friends of Sinai was just so overwhelming and beautiful because people really are committed to making this place accessible, inclusive, and welcoming to all without needing to ask for it. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you, Sharon. And thanks to the committee. Thank you to committee. Beautiful work.
We have amazing people doing amazing work, and if anybody wants to join us, you're welcome to join us. So thank you, everybody.
It's especially amazing because for many years we were told we couldn't do anything like that. And you guys figured it out, so thank you.
Thank you, Joel, for everything you do.
It may not have been available years ago.
No, they told
You know, that style.
yeah, that style. No, but
That
no lift.
style. Right.
Right.
So-
The lift that was bought
donated, the funds were donated by the family of Marilyn Auerbach in her memory. That was the state-of-the-art equipment at the time. And it served us well for what we needed, but as Sharon so beautifully described, it showcased the person needing it. And that's not our desire. We want our BIMA to be accessible by all, equally so with dignity. And what was researched by this marvelous committee and what was presented to all of us is just extraordinary, and we all will be better for it. So thank you.
Thank you, Monica, for all your support for getting what we need. Thank you.
Heat up the.
I know.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Be safe. Have a good weekend. Hopefully see you tomorrow.
A happy birthday to you on the 14th, Lauren.
Oh, thank you.
That's quite a birthday, Lauren.
Yeah,
that your
that's mine
birthday
too.
too?
Yeah, that's mine also.
Oh, happy birthday, Ed. That's cool. We have birthday buddies.
Yeah, we have to do something, right?
Yeah, well, Zoom or something.
There you go.
Or outside, play snow.
Exactly.
That's right. That's right. Good night, everybody.
Okay.
Bye. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Let me get it off.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
The rabbi never reappeared.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Lindsay.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, Carol.
Shabbat shalom, Carol. Stay well.